Top 7 microcaps to look into for June 2023. Keep in mind, these 7 microcaps, like any microcaps, are very high risk and high reward. They're not just high reward, no risk like you see on YouTube and Google. They have the high risk to match the high reward. But just keep that in mind. These are cryptos that you have to do research on. Like any projects, have to have the risk tolerance to handle the increased volatility you typically see with microcaps. Without further ado, let's kick it off with the first one. The first one's going to be LCX. No surprise here. I've been very bullish on LCX for a while. It reached a low. I remember seeing this live. It was like below 3 cents back in December 2022, and then it had a run up to 16 cents January 24th. So that was like nearly over a 5x from the bottom for LCX. It went up to about 8 cents, and then it went from 16 all the way back down to where it is now at 5 cents. It's a 41 million market cap. It's a 772 circulating supply with a 950 million coin cap. So the inflation is pretty much, non-existent, 80% in circulation roughly. So that's pretty good from an inflation standpoint. The average hold time I noticed is increasing on Coinbase. 23 days. For those who don't know, they partnered with Coinbase. They used to be partnered with Binance. They switched over to Coinbase. Thank God. I think Binance is a bad partnership personally. They're not listed on any big exchanges, hence why the trading volume is lower. Actually see how many people are holding this on Etherscan. It's probably still under 20K if I had to guess. Yeah, 19,500. So we still are super early to LCX. I have a couple whales that follow me who are heavy invested into it. One guy holds like 10 million LCX. It's ridiculous, insane. He's by definition a whale. But this is a crypto that gets a lot of hate because one, the price action, and two, their connections and ties to the World Economic Forum. And I understand, I understand where all the critics come from with that. But as a purely investor standpoint, trying to make money, it's very hard to not be bullish on LCX. They have a lot of good partnerships. They're partnering with Quant, HBAR, Chainlink, Polkadot, Coinbase, to name a handful. They're trying to become a blockchain bank. They're working with the ISO cryptos. They're not ISO themselves, but they're working with the ISO cryptos. If they become a blockchain bank, you're not going to see a blockchain bank crypto be 5 cents, let alone a 40 million market cap. It would be a triple digit market cap, most likely, right? And Monty, I like him a lot. I think he has a great vision for LCX. Their vision is to tokenize trillions of dollars of assets. There is a rumored collaboration with JP Morgan and Chase, which that turned off more people. And listen, I understand there's a battle right now between banks, decentralization, centralization, World Economic Forum, and financial sovereignty and all that. I'm purely trying to make money in this space. Yes, I want to see crypto succeed. Yes, I'm a crypto enthusiast, but the main goal for me investing in this market is to become financially free. And I think LCX, which reached an all-time high of 68 cents last bull cycle, I think it has a strong chance at 20x from here and becoming $1 or more this bull cycle. And that's, in my opinion, a very good ROI. And just getting, a 20x with the market cap it has right now, that's 40 times 20. So 40 times 10 is 400. That's a 800 give or take, million market cap. That's pretty doable, guys. It can get to $1 billion market cap pretty easy, if you ask me. So I think $1 is very reasonable for LCX. I would not be surprised if it goes even higher. Exchange is getting better, although we do need to see a little more revamp on the site. But I said it before, how they're trying to be the go-to enterprise exchange. And a lot of these exchanges, they can just hire people to figure out the interface for them and make the purchases. So if they're trying to be the go-to enterprise exchange, there's really no issue there when it comes to the user interface. The question lies with that is, do they also want to target retail? If they want to get retail adoption for the exchange, which I believe would only help them, then this is where focusing on the user interface and making it more beginner-friendly like Coinbase, or even like a stocks exchange like Robinhood, which is what FTX followed before they collapsed. That would help LCX a lot as well. And LCX, they're doing something that a lot of exchanges aren't doing. They're compliant and they're regulated. It brings an increased level of protection, especially for investors. You're not going to see big institutions or whales transact large amounts of money on exchange like LCX if they didn't believe in it and trust that their money is going to be safe when they go to sleep at night. So them being compliant and regulated and proving it on their website, that sets them apart. That sets the precedent for how trustworthy they can be. Now, obviously, exchange cryptos are more risky. We've seen what happened with some exchanges like Celsius, Voyager, and BlockFi, and also Crypto.com when they had some FUD, especially when they're moving a large amount of Ethereum, that tanked their token as well. I think it's around 6 cents itself, which is down a lot from all-time high. So there's a lot of fear, especially with centralized exchanges. Some people think we're only going to see DEXs, which are the centralized exchanges, exist in the future. I do see them getting more popular. However, I don't see their adoption taking over as centralized exchanges because the majority of people don't want to learn how to use a DEX. They're more confusing. Now, if you've been in crypto for any period of time, maybe you disagree, but the majority of people prefer interfaces that are a lot easier. So if LCX does that, and then being a centralized exchange that's regulated and compliant, that's where it can take more of a market share versus some of your lesser well-known DEXs that don't have as much retail adoption. So LCX definitely has a shot at surprising a lot of people. Again, it's a micro cap, so it can very well do what it did not too long ago and go up to 16, 20 cents and at the moment's notice. Like, it can do that at any time. They haven't focused too much on their advertising. I do believe they will in due time. But like I said, their partnerships are great. Their vision of becoming a blockchain bank to me is awesome. I think if they accomplish that to any extent, that would be extremely bullish for LCX. It's definitely worth looking into, especially at this price for June 2023. Number 2 is Parsec PRQ. I used to hold this crypto. I didn't after just taking the risk assessment, being an experimental asset on Coinbase. And by the way, all these cryptos are high risk, high reward. They're not high reward, no risk. I know it seems like that on YouTube because you see a lot of people saying this is the next 100x, this is the next 1000x, and it sounds like all there is just money to be made. Keep in mind, I'm a realist. I understand the smaller the market cap, the increased risk. So all these cryptos, I'm not saying they're all going to the moon. This is me telling you, do more research. If you're okay with the risk tolerance with these crypto, by all means, look into them further. I do believe they have a lot of potential, but I am not going to discount their risk and say that you're going to become a millionaire by just buying these. You have to do your own research. And that being said, PRQ, I am considering getting back into this. Full disclosure, I am still watching it. It's on my watch list. PRQ is like a mini Chainlink, in my opinion. And the question probably is, well, why would you invest into PRQ over Chainlink? I like Chainlink a lot. I have it in my portfolio. But Parsec, it's an 18 million market cap. It can literally 10x like that tomorrow. It's so small of market cap, it can do it on a moment's notice, even during this time. It could have done it last bear market. If you check the price chart, a year ago it was 36 cents. And if you click the all category, its all-time high was $2.61, and that was in April of 2021. They have 185 million circulating supply. They only have 310 total supply. They used to have 500 million, and then they burned a portion of it, and now they have 310. So this supply is pretty scarce. Like, it doesn't take much buying pressure to send a microcap like this soaring, but with the supply it has and the utility it has, which we'll get into in a minute, this thing can fly and 5-10x very quick. So I'm on CoinMarketCap, and it says right here, Parsec describes itself as a next generation platform for monitoring and intelligence, offers analytics for blockchain tech across a plethora of industries. This enables users to track network activity in real time, unlock new use cases for their apps, and create instant notifications. Smart triggers can be used to react to events of interest on multiple networks. PRQ's token contract was rolled out on Ethereum in 2019, so it's only 4 years old. People were calling this crypto the police crypto because of what it says right here. Monitoring and intelligence. It attracts network activity, which includes HEX. They have saved numerous companies with HEX. I think KuCoin was one where Parsec was a big player in tracking down this hacker and activity and saving the exchange. PRQ, this is a Web 3.0 project, which is also going to help scale blockchains. I said it in numerous videos. This next one we're going to have, in my opinion, is going to be a utility-based run. And I think layer ones are going to lead the way. And when I think of layer ones getting more exposure, more adoption, more focus, the questions are going to lie, what can we do to push them further? How can we scale them? Parsec is a scaling solution because it brings a level of security, especially to blockchains and their apps within the blockchains. And it helps make sure the activity is monitored. It helps the real world data come onto the on-chain, similar to Chainlink. And it does this in a very secure manner. So Parsec, to me, this is a utility, a hidden utility that I think is going to be overlooked. And just like LCX, if you go on Etherscan, they have just under 16K holders. You can be a whale with this crypto. This is how early you are. 16K holders is nothing, guys. It's nothing. When you look at SHIB, over 1.3 million holders. And look at SHIB's price right now. It's down in the 5 zeros. So just to give you guys some insight as to how early you can be to microcaps. Yes, there's risk, but there's definitely a high reward potential. And Parsec, I'm very bullish on Chainlink, but I think Parsec can definitely gobble up some market share for this crypto, especially because it's such a small cap and I love the utility and it's already had a proven track record in helping companies. So I think Parsec is personally going to do well. I hope Coinbase eventually takes off the experimental label. I want to see what the trading volume is. So it says, let's see, 737,000. That's not terrible compared to some other microcaps that I've seen on this list. It's pretty decent. Again, the interest is still boring in the space. Bitcoin is barely at 28K. So you're not going to see many microcaps right now get a lot of volume because as we are entering the bull cycle, people buy Bitcoin or they buy safer assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum. So microcaps usually have a lag, more of a lag than your other altcoins and especially Bitcoin. So I am not surprised by this, but I do think Parsec minimum is going to be probably over $1 this bull cycle. Like over $1 at this market cap is 180 million market cap. That's really nothing. And if you factor in the entire dilution, that's like a 500 million maybe, give or take. That's still very doable. A half a billion market cap. Most of your crap coins get to a billion plus. Pepe itself is over a 500 million market cap right now. And that's just on hype alone. Parsec has utility and is way less in market cap. I think it has a lot of potential. Definitely worth looking into. Number 3, ArtBlock, ticker symbol ABT. Another crypto like Parsec that I used to hold but got out of again because the experimental asset label on Coinbase that is still tied to it. Just like PRQ, it is still my watch list and I'm still bullish on it. I do believe Web 3.0, which is where ArtBlock is, a lot of my bullish projects, especially my microcaps and small caps, by the way, if you're noticing a trend, they're all in Web 3.0 because I believe in the future. And as an visionary in the crypto market, I see the problems we're seeing with Web 2.0 and especially centralization within social media, the web, blockchain technology. And this is where I see Web 3.0, however long it takes with the lag it's currently having, coming into the spotlight and people FOMOing in like crazy. Not just retail on buying volume, but developers that want to implement these services, their products, integrate them within their companies, their blockchains, their ledgers. And this is where ArtBlock comes in. Just like Parsec, it is a scaling solution for blockchains. It helps build dApps, scale dApps, which are decentralized applications, a big part of layer 1 blockchains. It also is blockchain agnostic, so it's a very versatile crypto. It can go on any blockchain. Their price is a pretty good entry. So when it got listed on Coinbase, it was at 9 cents. It is at under 9.5 cents right now. This is the bottom of the bottom. And like I said in previous videos, when you see cryptos like this that are already beat up, they're microcaps, they don't have much of a track record, you're going to see the majority of people call them scams. It's going to happen. People are not bullish on big discounts. They're bullish when they see a new all-time high. Then they jump in. They don't want to buy in the red. They want to buy when it's safe in the green. And ArtBlock, yes, it's a high risk, like I said before. But if you have the risk tolerance, if you believe in Web 3.0, especially ArtBlock's utility, and you believe in Robert Mal's vision, which I've watched numerous interviews on him, and that's one of the reasons I still remain bullish, is because of him. I trust him, I believe in his vision, and I do think however long it takes, because the marketing is not very good for ArtBlock right now, I do think it's going to have its time at some point. And right now it's a 9 million market cap. This is one of the smallest market caps I ever seen on Coinbase. 98.6 million in circulation. They only have 186 million coin cap. That's very important because its supply is only 60 million, give or take, more than Ethereum. And I'm not saying it's going to be a $4,000, $5,000 coin, but the utility it has, this is definitely a billion market cap at the very least. And a billion market cap for Artblock is 100x, over 100x from here. To get to a billion market cap, it has to reach $10. To get to $1 is 100 million market cap. And I said it before, Pepe reached over 500 million. Pepe at one point reached a billion market cap. Again, another example of a crap coin that has no intrinsic value behind it aside from hype and excitement, emotion, and it shot up. Artblock seems boring because it is boring, let's be honest here. It's not advertised here, especially in the US. Robert Mao doesn't really talk about it too much aside from his small YouTube channel, which doesn't have many subscribers. And, if you've seen on Etherscan, they have a little under 20K holders. So very few holders. Every single crypto I covered so far, LCX, PRQ, and now Artblock, they all have under 20K holders, all under 60K in total, which is ridiculous. So this is how early you are to these micros. And the chart, I'll admit, looks pretty bad for Artblock. If you go to the 1 year, it was 28 cents August 2022. I remember seeing that live. I took profit on that when I was holding it back then. I took profit at around 23 cents before I bought back in and then eventually got out. If you click the all category, it reached $1.66, and this was over 5 years ago. Or yeah, a little over 5 years ago now. So it looks bad, but sometimes good things take time, especially with certain companies like this. Again, nobody is talking about Web 2.0. Nobody, guys. All the projects that I'm bullish on, and the next one is also in this space, they're all suppressed right now because they're not exciting. No one's talking about it yet, and there's not many investors holding these cryptos. So the prices are suppressed for many reasons, but my biggest reason why I think Web 3.0 is being suppressed is because people don't believe we need it to succeed. We see all these data breaches, all these hack breaches, and people are just blind to the broken system we currently have. Which brings me to number 4, and that is Jasmy, which fixes this need. Data democracy, protecting your information, being a decentralized storage network. Another suppressed crypto that got put in an innovation zone by Binance. This is a small cap. Jasmy right now is priced at 2047. It's been stabilizing despite this pretty bad news we've seen with Binance. The crazy thing is, as someone brought up to me, is that Binance allowed staking to earn yield on it after they did this, which is kind of weird. They also still own 25 or more percent of the supply, which some people are saying that it's just because they want to put the token on there. I think that's a large amount to be holding up here, not bullish on the coin succeeding. So to me, I'm a little skeptic on that. I don't think CC is very authentic in what his viewpoints are. He kind of just does things and expects manipulation to follow suit, which it often works to help FTX surely tank their token. I see on Coinbase 97% buy, average hold times 8 days. 95% of their supply, which is 50 billion, is in circulation. Jasmy, this Q4 is expected to lock up their supply, a majority of it. I think it's around 70%. It's not going to be all at once. It's going to be on a gradual basis. I hope they stay true to that. That's definitely something to monitor. However, if you're scared of Jasmy, definitely do more research. It is a small cap, and small caps, just like micro caps, are more of a risky play than, say, Bitcoin or Ethereum, or even, your larger caps like Polygon, Cardano, the ones that have bigger market caps. They are more of a risk. You have to take that consideration. But Jasmy right now, it got beat up because of the Binance news. And I think if you've been looking at it for a while, this is a great entry point. Anything below a half a penny is a great entry point. If they become scarce to where they lock up their supply, 50 billion coin cap already, That's the same as HBAR, and HBAR went to 57 cents last bull cycle. It's only 5 billion more than Cardano, which reached over $3. Jasmy can definitely reach $1 someday. Japan itself loosening regulations is definitely going to help this project more. I did see Binance is more integrated now with Japan, which should help them as well. I did like how they had an emergency meeting. They had a summit recently, an AMA. They're showing their progress on Twitter. O'Hara posted a picture of himself. So you're always going to see a lot of people say, it's a scam, the chart looks bad. And listen, I totally get it. The price chart does look bad, but Jasmy, they also had very few tokens in circulation. So they put all of it into circulation, which reduced the inflation a lot. It did bring the market cap up from a micro cap to a small cap. But Jasmy is building in this Web3 space. I think they have something to prove. They definitely have a chip on their shoulder. And, the 1 year low was below, I think it was 2027. And then it went up to almost 3/4 of a penny right before the Binance news. So it didn't tank as far down as I thought it'd be. And I just love that they're integrated with Japan. I think Japan being on board with crypto is definitely a good move. And here in the US, we're aligned with them. And you always want to see more countries get integrated with crypto. It definitely helps push the narrative of future adoption. I think the utility is very strong. Financial sovereignty was a huge draw to why Bitcoin was created. And now data sovereignty, controlling your data, not just giving it away to companies or social media. I think that's no small utility. And I think it's only a matter of time before we move more in that direction. I think people are seeing the pitfalls of centralization, especially when it comes to data sharing. We're seeing all the time breaches, hacks, people's information getting sent and held on servers. I mean, we were just talking about this the other day with my friends, how like you can be talking to your friend about a certain topic and all of a sudden you go on Instagram or Twitter and you're seeing an ad based on what you were talking about. That is scary, guys. So I'm all for decentralization, but especially data decentralization. I think protecting your data is just as important as protecting your wealth, which is why I think Jasmy should definitely be on your watch list for this month. And if you go on Etherscan, you still have 51K holders that are holding Jasmy. So that's a pretty large number for a market cap of its size. And I definitely think Jasmy should be on your watch list for this month. Number 5, Bluezell, ticker symbol BLZ. Priced at just under 6.5 cents. Market cap's 22 million. 341 million circulating supply of a 500 million coin cap. Average hold time 16 days. The volume for this micro cap is in the millions. Low millions, but it's in the millions, which is pretty good. 1.8 million to be exact. It's funny because every time I check Bluezell, it always says like people are selling it more than buying it. But right here, it says the volume is pretty high. And I'm just curious where it is on Etherscan, how many people are holding this. Okay, so 28,840 right now. So it is on the higher ends compared to your other micro caps, but 29K holders is nothing. So far, the largest holders for the crypto on this list is Jasmy, which is crazy. So I think you're still super early to Bluezell. 500 million coin cap, anything under a billion, in my opinion, is pretty rare. And when you think of the price action, it's something to factor into, just like tokenomics, right? If it has low inflation and a rare supply and solid utility, those are 3 things you have to look for to see a potential run, amongst other things as well, what they're doing in the ecosystem, partnerships, growth, etc. But Bluezell, the reason why I'm bullish is because of its utility. It's in the game finance sector within Cosmos ecosystem. Cosmos, I'm making a video on it. For some reason, it got deleted twice. I made a video a few days ago. My mic died, so it didn't record. I recorded it again a second time. And when I went to submit it, it got deleted on my phone somehow, and I couldn't get the video back. So I am making another video on Cosmos again soon. But that being said, Bluezell is within their ecosystem. And the reason why I'm bullish on game finance is because I believe gaming in this space is going to be huge at some point. Whether it becomes hype and dies at some point is anyone's guess, but I do believe that hype is coming soon. I'm hearing rumors it might be this month or next month. And with gaming increasing, expect game finance to increase. People are going to look to store their NFTs. NFTs are non-fungible tokens. People often confuse them just for monkey pictures. They're not just monkey pictures. They're anything of value that's not pegged to a certain amount. So say you're playing a game, and let's just say you're playing some journey game and you want to level up your character, you want to buy a shirt and a sword for whatever reason. You can buy it, create it, whatever. That is your NFT. Now, if you want to protect your NFTs from hackers, scammers, or you just want to keep it in a storage network, incoming Bluezell. Bluezell is the storage network similar to Jasmy, but instead of protecting your data, it's protecting your NFTs, amongst other things as well. So Bluezell, it's in the Web3 space like these other projects, and it's in a great sector that is overlooked right now and underrated. A lot of people tend to hate on blockchain gaming because they think it's not going to go anywhere, especially when you compare it to regular gaming. And the most common critics I notice from blockchain gaming is gamers. And I understand, guys, Xbox, PlayStation, you're not going to see crypto overtake those systems. No way. Like, I understand. I'm not a gamer, but I understand that. But will they have some value in this space? Of course. And if they take just a portion of the market share from these massive companies, which are trillion-dollar companies, you're not going to see cryptos like Bluezell at a 20 million market cap price at 6 cents. You're not going to see these gaming cryptos at micro cap levels. You're going to see them balloon up. And as they balloon up and we see the hype create excitement, not only do we get more crypto enthusiasts and investors, but we get more interest in the space overall. And this can be an avalanche effect and send us to a frenzy when it comes to a bull cycle. So these are things, again, this is me being a visionary. I'm trying to see future trends before they take place. And Bluezell, as beat up as it is, because the price chart is also not great. A lot of your micro caps and small caps, a lot of them don't have good price charts, especially if they've been around for any number of years, which Bluezell, again, is an older project. So if you click the year chart, it went to 20 cents June of 2022, which is actually when Bitcoin, hit like 15K, which is pretty ironic. And then if you click the all category, it's pretty bad. The all-time high was 91 cents over 5 years ago. But then it went up to 66 cents March of 2021. So the price chart is not as bad as it seems because it did peak 3 years later. Not at an all-time high. It was I guess you could say a lower high, but it still had a peak. So I would not be surprised if once games take off in crypto, the gaming sector, that game finance takes off. And here I'm on CoinMarketCap. I'm going to read you what it says here. Bluezell is a decentralized storage network for the creator economy. Bluezell delivers high security, unmatched availability, and it's censorship resistant. That's very key. Whether you're an artist, musician, scientist, publisher, or developer, Bluezell protects the intellectual property of all creators. Bluezell is data storage, file storage, oracles, and more. It's specific for NFTs, like I said, and DeFi, decentralized finance, which is also another sector of crypto that I think is going to keep growing. Bluezell's core products are all related to data and powered by its Tendermint blockchain. Bluezell DB, a decentralized database for software developers to store information. Bluezell Oracles, a truly decentralized pricing oracle that provides high speed and high security for DeFi apps. So their oracles are very similar to Chainlink in providing a decentralized, scalable, secure place for these DeFi applications. And then they're storing data that's also, like I said, NFTs. So NFTs are not just the only thing you can store within Bluezell. It's any data as well. So it's very similar to Jasmy as well, which is why I'm very bullish on Bluezell. I think anything that is focused on data and a decentralized storage of it, I think is huge utility. Again, if you believe in financial sovereignty, which is a huge draw to Bitcoin, why would you not believe the same thing for your data? Do you want to share your data with every single app you're using? Probably not, right? So definitely worth looking into Bluezell. I think, you're getting in super early here at 6 cents. The 1 year low was around the 5 cent mark. So this is pretty much the bottom. I don't see it getting too much lower, and the inflation is not too bad. I expect a big pump from Bluezell soon. Number 6, Virtua, ticker symbol TVK. This is a newer crypto I recently added to my watch list and shared to my Patreon members. This is a 36.4 million market cap. It's got 1.1 billion in circulating supply, which is 90% of their 1.2 billion total supply. It's a metaverse crypto with minimal inflation. They just got listed on Coinbase not too long ago. From the year, it peaked at in June 2022 of almost 7 cents. And then when you click the all category, it just came out in 2021, so it's a pretty new crypto still. And then when it came out, it went up to around, let's see here, $1.22. So this is the full diluted market cap. Add 10% more, it's probably like 40 million. Microcap by definition. It's a utility token of the Virtua Metaverse. So it's also a Metaverse crypto, which I'm probably going to add to my next list for the Metaverse, which features a hyper-realistic planet known as Virtua Prime. TVK can be used to purchase land on Virtua Prime, so it's similar to Sandbox and its utility. TVK can also be used to stake to join a virtual prestige club that provides members with benefits such as NFT, airdrops, and extra platform features. So it's focused on the Metaverse, land, and NFTs. And these are things that get a lot of critics, but I do believe will come back again. I do believe the metaverse will get exciting again. I do believe NFTs will become hot again. And this is where I see a microcap like TVK Virtua taking off. If you go on Etherscan, they have 11,507 holders. Super early, guys. Very easy to become a whale. If you go on CoinMarketCap, let's see what they say about this, because I am still researching this, by the way. So this is a microcap that I'm still researching, but I wanted to bring it up to you guys because I do believe it will have some value. So it's also in the Web3 space. It says gamified metaverse, which provides immersive social Web3 gaming, so gaming again, digital, collectible, and interactive experiences through its curated marketplace, interactive virtual environments, and exclusive brand partnerships, including Legendary Entertainment, Paramount Pictures, that's a huge one, Dynamite Comics, and Williams Racing. It was formed as a project in 2017, but its utility token TVK launched December 2021. What is the virtual metaverse? So this is something I want to learn more about. So it didn't launch yet, but it says the doors will open to welcome users into a brand new dimension, which feels real and enables entirely new experiences. So if you believe in the metaverse, this is definitely one to be looking at. And it says the virtual metaverse will begin with the launch of Cardano Island. That's a very interesting name. I wonder if they're working with Cardano. Definitely something to look into. I am bullish on Cardano, so if they're working together somehow, I would definitely love to see that. Definitely love to look more into this. Virtual will launch other islands and even planets dedicated to areas such as sports, entertainment, and gaming. So their focus is entertainment, virtual reality, sports, and gaming. Those are huge sectors. If they accomplish one of those three, that can send this flying. That's very similar to Gala. What I said with Gala, how they want to take over movies, music, and gaming. Virtual, it seems like they want to do sports, entertainment, and gaming. So I love the vision here. I think if they accomplish 1/3 of it, it can send it soaring. Like I said, tokenomics are amazing. Fully diluted microcap, 3 cents. Previous all-time highs over $1. I definitely see a lot of potential with this coin. I think Virtua TVK is worth looking into for this month. And number 7, Alchemy Pay, ticker symbol ACH. This is another crypto. I made a video a long time ago, but I'll be honest, I lost track of it, but it has been on my watch list. Price below 3 cents, 180 million market cap, 6.3 billion in circulation. They have a 10 billion total supply. So the inflation is like in the middle, not as bad as 50% inflation. 10 billion supply is not a very large amount compared to the high billions we see with other cryptos. 42 days average hold time, pretty good for Coinbase. It's a platform that enables payments using a variety of fiat and cryptos. Alchemy was founded in 2018, it says, in Singapore, and it allows for global consumers, merchants, developers, and institutions to connect fiat and cryptos. It is a crypto I'm still actively researching. On CoinMarketCap, it says it provides online and offline merchants with convenient acceptance of both fiat and crypto. So it enables easy onboarding to blockchain ecosystems and makes Web3 services highly accessible. So it seems like it's another Web3 project, or at least indirectly working with them. Alchemy Pay is supported in over 70 countries. That's huge. With 300 payment channels, has touch points with more than 2 million merchants through partnerships with industry leaders such as Binance, which I don't like, but I guess it helps them. Shopify, which I've used a lot when I was a fitness coach. NIUM, which I don't know what that is. QF Pay. Alchemy's Pay token is an ERC20 Ethereum token. So it's like being the Visa of crypto. This is being used in over 70 countries. That's ridiculous. That's actually very good. 300 payment channels, a 10 billion coin cap. Now it makes sense why, I mean, this is just Coinbase, why the average person is holding it for 42 days. I mean, despite being a small cap, this is a pretty good utility. And if you go on Etherscan, they have just over 23K holders. So you're super early. And I do know some of you that follow me like this crypto. I've seen a few comments about this one. But the more I research it, the more bullish I get. I will research this further. I don't have an investment into it right now, but it is on my watch list. But I do like the utility a lot. It's doing what crypto was initially created for, to be a payment, a peer-to-peer payment. And it's already being used in 70 countries and 300 payment channels. That's very hard to ignore. It sounds like the adoption is already getting there. So this is definitely one to monitor. I would definitely research this further if I were you, just like I'm going to do. Let's check the price chart. So a year ago, it reached 5 cents, February of 2023. If you click the all category, it came out in 2020 and it peaked. Let's see where this is. It peaked at 24 cents of August 2021. And then we've been in the bear market since, and aside from now being an accumulation stage. So 24 cents, that's pretty much a 10x down. So this is getting in very early. So at one point it got below a penny, which damn, that's a huge discount. But I still think below 3 cents is definitely a steal, especially when you compare it to the all-time high, the tokenomics it currently has, and the market cap and the utility it has. Being a payment solution, that's definitely a multi-billion-dollar market cap in my opinion. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one also just balloons up when people least expect it. Definitely worth looking into for June 2023. Anyways, these are my top 7 microcaps that I think you should look into for this month. Obviously, I'm not telling you to buy all 7 of these. You do not want to have 100 crypto. Maybe look into all of them and see which ones you like. If you want to invest into one of them, 2 of them, none of them, that's entirely up to you. At the end of the day, I'm just bringing new companies that I'm bullish on, or at the very least actively researching. And I think these 7 right here have the potential to net some significant multipliers in the foreseeable future. But now I want to hear from you. Do you hold any of these 7 microcaps? And if so, which one of these do you think will net the most multipliers this bull cycle? Let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It really helps so much. That being said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.